By the way, this is the true definition of what is the point of being an agent?
You have to accept whatever answer they give you.
And then you provide that value to the potential seller who will become a seller, maybe not this year, but maybe next year. And maybe next year the market will be better. And instead of you having an $800,000 sale, maybe you'll have a $900,000 sale. Always think about what's in your client's best interest when you're asking them these questions.
Bob thinks that he can't sell his home in the current market, and Bob is frustrated. Okay, so here you are, you're Bob. I am Jessica Nelson, a realtor. All right, Bob. So I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me this morning, and I'm very excited to get out there and meet with you. Before I come out, I just want to ask, are there any other decision makers or anyone else who selling this home might affect? Is there anyone else that you feel should be involved in the conversation when we get together, Bob?
Yes, my wife.
Oh, okay, great. So I see that Susan is also on the tax roll. Again, I've only really had the opportunity to chat with you. Bob, how does Susan feel about moving? Is she as excited as you are? Now, time out. You have to accept whatever answer they give you. Okay, well, Bob, I can imagine that you've gotten a lot of phone calls from tons of great agents today, probably ones that are as much fun to talk to as me, or maybe even more fun. I'm just curious, how many of those agents have you decided to take an appointment with? Again, be normal, guys. Stop asking things like,
how many other agents are you interviewing?
Nobody talks like that. And that's the type of interrogation question that's going to turn somebody off. When you ask someone like, hey, I'm sure there's other great agents or anyone else you decided to take an appointment with, that's a normal conversation that probably is happening.
Yes, Jess, I can appreciate you asking me that. There's another gentleman from Compass who sold a lot of homes from our neighborhood, and we're really excited about him. Have you already picked out a location?
Whatever they say, this is going to tell you a lot. If they say something like, well, we already have a home. Oh, we haven't started looking. This is going to be a question that the answer will typically allow you to dig deeper. So for the sake of this role play, I'm going to give you what most people say.
Well, we, after 68 days on the market, Jess, it's just, we were starting to think it's never going to happen. It's just not meant to be. Originally, we had thought about downsizing. We really liked this area, but the taxes are too much. So we were looking at XYZ city. We were thinking maybe a condo, maybe a townhome, maybe a smaller one-story home. But we just stopped looking because we just don't see how it's possible to get this home sold.
Okay. So then again, this gives you an opening to go deeper with them. Yeah, Bob, I can imagine you probably have given up hope considering how long it's been and no results. Now, it sounds like when you first started the process, what you were looking to do was accomplish simpler living that was all in one story and at a much lower cost so that you can live more comfortably on the income that you currently have. Is that what you're looking to do?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Now, tell me the price range of the homes that you're looking at. So if I find the right opportunity for you that's one story, that the taxes are a certain amount.
Bob, I understand that the lowest you're willing to go on this home is $800,000. And being that we've already tried it for 68 days and not even a single showing happened, I guess I'm just curious. If we're not able to get $800,000, is renting an option for you? Is renting something that you and Susan would ever consider? So when we ask the question of, is it an option to rent your home or to hold it as a second home? What we're doing now is talking about plan B and plan C. Sometimes in a market where people are not able to achieve the sale prices that they would like to achieve, they start looking at other options. And this is very normal. If you yourself had attempted to sell a home in a down market, maybe you thought your home was worth one price, you came to find out that the market was only willing to bear a price well below that. Then you start to think about things like, well, what if we rent it for a year? So we're going to go through this other set of options with the potential seller. So, Bob, tell me, is it an option to rent this home if we're not able to get the $800,000 that you're looking for? Did you have a rental price in mind that you would like to market your home at? Now, the biggest mistake I see a lot of agents making is they're not genuine about this. They're really saying it to manipulate the seller, right? If you're truly serving your client, you should be asking questions from a genuine standpoint. So a great follow-up question would be, have you ever been a landlord before? Do you have experience dealing with tenants? You shouldn't just automatically assume that they don't want to be a landlord, because they might actually have a lot of experience being a landlord, and they might actually have had great experiences with tenants. But if you're just manipulating someone into something you want them to do, this is the wrong approach. You're going to find yourself in an untrustworthy relationship. And to create a strong partnership with anyone you're working with, it all starts with trust. And how you earn someone's trust is by acting in their genuine best interest. By the way, this is the true definition of what is the point of being an agent? A fiduciary responsibility, right? As an agent, you have a fiduciary responsibility. Just like attorneys have a fiduciary responsibility, accountants have a fiduciary responsibility. You're working on behalf of your client in what's in their best interest. So in this particular situation, maybe Bob is going to tell you, yeah, we were thinking that if we can't get 800,000, we really do want to go ahead and downsize. We were just curious, do you think 3,500 is something we could rent this home for? And maybe you'll find that for a year's term or for a 6 months term or 2 years term, maybe what's in their best interest is to rent that house. And rather than being so thirsty for a sale now, a lot of agents thirsty for a sale now, start to think about the person on the other side of this phone as your client for life. If you stop thinking about them as a transaction right now and begin to think about them as a client for life, the way that you help them is going to significantly change. You know what, Bob? It sounds like maybe in this market, being a landlord is what's best for you. Would you like me to support you by assisting you to run background checks on tenants, assisting you to complete the paperwork for your potential tenant in a lease? Would you like me to provide you with any services to support you, whether that's landscaping, whether that's pest control, whether that's a management company to help you collect rent every month? Would any of these things be of value to you, Bob, if we decide not to sell the home? And then you provide that value to the potential seller, who will become a seller maybe not this year, but maybe next year. And maybe next year the market will be better. And instead of you having an $800,000 sale, maybe you'll have a $900,000 sale. Always think about what's in your client's best interest when you're asking them these questions. Moving on. At this point, we're about 30 minutes deep into the conversation with our potential seller. They've answered 8 questions on our prequal. A lot of times you're going to have one of two things happen. One, people are busy. If they're, of working age, they want to get off the phone. They got something else to do. It's not that they're being disrespectful. It's not that they don't care. It's not that they don't want to talk to you. They just have a lot of other things to do. And that's okay. If they need to get off the phone, schedule another time to follow up, or just say, hey, we can take care of the rest of these questions when I see you at our appointment. The other thing that can happen is when it's really important to someone to get their home sold, and this is like the first thing on their mind that's weighing on them, they're going to basically go through all these questions and spend another hour on the phone with you. And what does that say to you as the listing agent? You're probably going to get this listing, and about a 90% chance this home is going to sell, because this person is really motivated to sell this home. If they're going to spend 30 minutes, an hour with you on the phone, answering all of these questions and going deep with you, it's highly, highly likely that not only are they going to hire you because you've created a relationship and they can tell you genuinely want to serve them and you're spending time with them, they also really want to sell the home. And it's a priority to them to get this done. This is such a basic question, but for some reason, agents have a lot of trouble asking it. Hey, Bob, I can tell